Good morning. Made it to Wycheproof. I'm just going to go and climb Mount Wycheproof. I guess I'm near the start of where their King of the Mountain race is, where they race up the mountain with a sack of wheat on their shoulder. I'm not sure. There's a sculpture there behind me. I thought it started at a pub, to be honest with you. So I'm starting this walk at the Calder Highway, beside the Calder Highway at the park on the south end of town. I'm actually walking away from town at the moment. One of the things that I remember Wycheproof about, apart from the King of the Hill race, was that it's one of the few towns the train runs up the centre of town. Still. Well, the trains don't run too often, so I'm just going down to check out an old steam train. Then we'll head for the heights of Mount Wycheproof. So this is the old train at Wycheproof. You can actually climb up into the driver's area. From the other side there's some steps, and this thing behind the train here is a turntable, which you don't see very often anymore either. I'm a bit of a train dork. So yeah, they got the old thing that used to turn the trains around here. I don't think it would see too much action nowadays. Alright, time for me to start heading for the mountain. I use that term mountain loosely here. So I'm just heading back into town, or towards town. This is the current railway line, and as you can see, it swings up the main street over there. I'm not sure that I've ever actually been here when a train's rumbled through, but I'd like to. So I'm going to cut across this park here. This park's good too if you just want a pit stop on your journey up north. It's good facilities, good for the kids. So Wycheproof's a kind of medium-sized Mallee town with a few old buildings. I'm just wandering up towards the mountain now, Mount Wycheproof. Kind of made my way through town. The sun's not doing me any favours. But Wycheproof's got a big sign now. That's the mountain up there, by the way. This is a better angle for the sun. Okay, I've walked through town on beside the streets. This is the road up to the lookout. So I'm going to wander back down, kind of through some different, kind of bush block back into town. I'm not coming back down the road. I'm trying to make a loop of sorts. Alright, let's get up this mountain, eh? Okay, I've made it up to the summit. So, I don't know, this used to be known as the smallest official mountain. I don't know if it was in Australia or Victoria. I'm always a bit dubious about these stats. They seem a bit tenuous. However, it is in the billiard table flat Wimmera area, so there's not a lot of other elevation around. That's town down over there. Okay, I think I'm going to drop down that gravel path down there and swing into town. I think it's down there to high school. So, the top summit area is pretty ugly. You know, mobile phone towers and generators and tanks, but I mean, that's to be expected. They put them on the only high point in the area. Alright, that's the track down there that I'm going to follow back into town to make it into a circuit. Actually, I'm not dropping down that one. I'm dropping down this one straight in front of me here. to the left. That one takes you to the same spot, swings out over to that road that runs around the perimeter of town, I think. I'm more going back towards the middle of town. Almost feels like the outback. So it's actually an old quarry on the side of Mount Wycheproof. It's filled up with water at the moment. It's not very deep quarry, I don't think. I'm not sure if this is another quarry on the left here or if this is natural. It looks a bit quarryish up there, doesn't it? Even got some old telegraph wires from the lines, the poles from the oldie days. Gravel pathway here, just swinging down to the right of I guess it's the high school, just to make this in a bit more of a loop. As you probably gather, and this is one of those walks where it's good if you're on a road trip. Definitely wouldn't drive to Wycheproof to walk this, but if you're driving through Wycheproof, which a lot of people are on journeys further north, then it's a nice little one to stretch your legs on. There's a couple of cafes in town that are pretty good too. Well, I've just had breakfast, so I won't be frequenting them. So I'm just zigzagging my way through the back streets. I'll swing right down here and then left, and I'll be back in the main drag. That's at the back of the buildings, the shops down there. So the bakery over there does good coffees and food. There's a pub down there. It's a fairly substantial town, Wycheproof. You can get what you want, pretty much most things you need. So now, that's the railway line, by the way, running through the middle of that centre medium strip. So now I'm just heading back up to the park to finish this little loop. Okay, this little ramble around Wycheproof came to about 3 kilometres, just under, about 30 metres climbing, which would be about right. It's not been published anywhere. I just made up a map myself and wandered off. It is interesting though, a lot of there's a historical side to it, obviously, with the steam trains and the old buildings. The mountain itself is a bit of an oddity, the smallest mountain in Victoria, Australia, whatever it is. So yeah, it's worth checking out. Obviously you can drive to the top, but at 30 metres height, or whatever it officially is, well, it's actually higher than that, but it's probably only 30 metres above the surrounding country. It's not an onerous climb to walk up it, that's for sure. All right, I'll catch you on the next one, wherever that may be. Take it easy.